Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about sharing the longer length videos with you guys. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, it's the $ Sunflower Review with the number 8. Hope you guys enjoy the videos. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing this request on the movie Daybreak. This movie was released May the 8th, 1993, and this movie is also a thriller sci-fi movie. Okay, before I go into the summary of the movie, who this movie is starring, it will be in the description box since it's more than one person. But mainly this movie was about this guy named Torch and also his son named Willie and also a girl named Blue, who he was really end up liking Blue in the movie. But the movie was about like an epidemic what's going on, like a sexually transmitted disease. Is similar to like the HIV. So the government, it was like rounding them up and placing them into like concentration camps, and they was kind of like neglecting the people and leaving them there to die. And they also would like, if they tested positive, they would tattoo the letter P, and that's the way they'll be able to like kind of track the people and kill them. Torch, on the other hand, he was part of the freedom fighters, so he was trying to like help the people. Like his organization that he had, what he was a part of, just trying to help the people more. So the other side, which Blue Brother was part of, was the side where they round them up, and also her brother friend named Hunter. They were part of this where they like mistreat the people and kill the people, that tried to escape. But he was on the good side, Torch was, and he was trying to really do the help for the people. Him and his little son, Willie, was helping him where they could be able to help people. But he said once they have that tattoo of the P, some of them he couldn't help. But one day, Blue and her friend Lauren wanted to go get tested. And before they go to the clinic, this clinic was called Helping Hand. But before they get there, before they go inside the building, someone give them a card. And the card said, "Why is sickness a crime? Why is a hospital a prison? Why is a helping hand hold guns?" So she really, took heed to that. So, that was kind of like a warning to her. And she went with her friend to that clinic to get tested because her friend felt like maybe, Lauren felt like she maybe had something. She had to end up, she was showing her friend the card. And I guess her friend, she had like second thoughts too. But she said, since I signed in, how I'm going to get my name off the paper. So Blue went up there and act like she was gonna, get tested too. And she grabbed the paper and ran off with the paper. So that way they wouldn't have her friend information and everything. So her and her friend Lauren, they was running really fast, trying to get away from the people. So that's when Willie help them, and also Torch. And he really didn't want to at first, but the son was like, convincing him to help them. So he helped them like kind of escape by telling the people that was behind them at the clinic that, they ran the opposite way. So that's how Torch and Blue relationship started. That's when they started getting together, being together, and different things like that. But her brother, he was part of that camp. Blue's brother, he was part of the camp with that pick up people. And he also had a friend named Hunter that would always be like worried about like the things that Blue was doing, whatever she was doing. He was kind of worried about it. But her brother knew what Blue was into because he followed her one day and he saw Blue with Torch and his son Willie. So he kind of knew. So it kind of got back to the other people. So one day they had this incident where Hunter, who's on the bad team, he ended up shooting the son, Willie. And he just, that's when he went crazy. That's when Torch went crazy. And they end up locking him up. And they felt like Torch was, like he was, they put him in a concentration camp as if he was positive with, the sexually transmitted, which very well could have been like something that they probably gave him anyway. But so since he was the leader of the group, they was trying to see how they was gonna keep the things going. So they decided for Blue to like have connection to get up in the where they had him quarantining at. So she breaks up into there, and they saw that the people inside there was corrupt, just like the organization was corrupt that was keeping him. So he decided that it wasn't no place for her to be there, and that's how he helped her, just get away from the area. So if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie 3 stars. It's a very good movie to check out. You can go on Prime Video, HBO Max to watch this movie. And if you like to collect this movie, you can go on Amazon and Prime Video. I think you can rent it on there. So those are the different places where you can watch this movie. It's a very good. My opinion of the movie, I just, it just make me think about, the things that's going on in the world, with things, how the sports, the quarantine thing go, and how stuff can be so corrupt. It just make you think, and like they say, they tell us what they want to do in movies. In this movie, way ahead of its time. So great movie to check out. Have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like and share. Have a good day. This is why I feel like they could have affected him with that disease once they got him in the system. Torch, after they did what they did to his son, maybe they already wanted to get him because of what he stood for. Because I was thinking about what he said, why is a hospital like a prison? His little core slogan, because a lot of times when you in there and it's corrupt, like they were corrupt, they could make, problems for him to make him positive, and like put prices on his head, and just never know. They taking bodies and dumping them out, and if the people try to escape, they shooting the people. So they could make those problems very well made. They can make problems for people, just like I feel like they would have did with Lauren and her friend. But good thing they had that discernment. Once they got the letter, got the little slogan card of warning cards, and they kind of felt it in their spirit that they needed to leave. And they did. And then who chases behind people just because somebody's name is on a paper, like in the way they was chasing them, which they are. The place was evil. It was just the opposite. It was called the helping hand, but it was just the opposite of that. So yeah, I really believe that they could have, did that, infected him, and they probably could have just had prices on his head anyway, and to keep him there, to keep him in prison, because it was like. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing this movie request on the movie Face Off. This movie was released June the 19th, 1997, and this movie is also an action thriller movie. Okay, before I go into the summary of the movie, who this movie is starring, it will be in the description box because it's more than one person. So in the beginning of the movie, Sean Archer and his son, Michael Archer, they're riding on a little ride together at the fair. And so this hired killer by the name of Castle Troy, he's a terrorist, and he was sent there to shoot Sean Archer, but he ended up shooting his little son. And Sean Archer, he's the FBI agent in the movie. So he attempted to shoot him, but ended up shooting the son instead. So Sean made his mission to get Castle Troy And he did get him, and he was they had him in the hospital. They had Castle Troy in the hospital. He was in a coma. So the people that was around Sean Archer, they wanted him to go up under some kind of experiment face transplant where they take his face and put it on Troy. You know, he would take Troy's face and Troy would take his face. So that was their plan, and he agreed to do it without even like telling his wife what he was doing. He agreed to do it because they wanted his brother, they wanted Castor brother to give him the information so they'll know about the information. But once he got in there, he started feeling funny, and Castor brother kind of knew that he was some kind of glitch, like something was going on with him. So he already like questioned, and he already found out that he already kind of knew. And then they actually set him up to be in there. And then once Troy came out of the coma, he killed everybody. So they didn't know that he killed everybody that had something to do with that experiment of him swapping places. So he would be Sean Archer as the FBI agent. So they would think he was just the FBI agent, but in reality, he was really Sean. He was just living Sean life for him, living, being with his wife, and he would get like the child that they had, the little girl, she's a teenager. I'm surprised that she didn't notice that wasn't her dad, because he was letting her smoke and everything. So he was in jail. The brother knew already, so he was just there, and the only way he was able to get up out of jail was by breaking out of that prison and reclaiming his life. That's what basically he had to do. He had to break up out of there, and then he had to kind of get time to convince his wife about, what happened. Even though he had Castor face, he had to let her know that, you could check his blood. His blood type is AB and mine is O. So his wife was a nurse, so she did that. So that's how she kind of found out by little things that he was telling her. That's how she kind of found out, okay, this is not my husband. He explained to her, everything. So he had to regain everything. It was like a lot of action in this movie, a lot of action in this movie. So he had to, do that. And in the end, they were doing a lot of fighting. Him and Castor and Sean, they were doing a lot of fighting throughout the movie. But in the end, he did get everything straightened out. And in the end, they had put him up under to do another reverse surgery where he get his original face, back from the other guy. So it was a good movie. If I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie 5 stars. It's a really good movie to check out. And if you like to support this movie, you can watch this movie on Tubi. And you also can check Prime Video to if you like to rent. And if you like to collect, you could just go on Amazon to purchase. And I also want to say this too, doing out him playing the role as Troy, Castle Troy, he met people along the way of his era. And this lady that he met, she had a son, and before she died, she told him, just to get her son and everything. And her son name was Adam, and they end up adopting him. He asked his wife once he came back, once they did that reversal and they gave him his original face, he came back with Adam because he promised the lady that before she died that he would take her son. So he adopted the son. So that's like a angel for him in another form for the comeback. Because, in the beginning, you remember I was talking about in the beginning of the movie how he lost a son and then he gained another one because this lady told him to, get the son. My opinion about this movie, I feel like he should have never went up under to get that surgery. To take this place to swap face with a criminal is a no-no. And then that's just a no-no. And that's just my opinion about it. my opinion about the movie. I feel like he should just never did that. That's just something, and especially him not, talking to his wife about it. She didn't know that. She thought that man that came there was her husband till he came back to reclaim his life. So yeah, I feel like he should have never took that. If they want him to do that, I would be like, no, I can't do that. So he should have just drawn the line right there that never take the criminal terrorist face. And then he paid the price for doing that. But that's all I have for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing a review on the movie The Mask. This movie is a comedy fantasy movie. It also was released July the 29th, 1994. And this movie is starring Jim Carrey as Stanley in the movie. Stanley is a bank teller in the movie. He's kind of like a geek on his job, so kind of like really geeky, but he does have a person that he really likes on the job and other guys that like. Her name is Tina. Okay, to give a summary of this movie, it looked like it took place in New York City from how big the city was, but they were in this part called Edge City. And it was some workers out there working, and they was in the bottom of the ocean, and they broke into like a chest. And when they broke into this chest, it released the mask out. And once it released the mask out, the guy ended up falling up on him, and then the mask just flew completely away. It floated away in the water. Stanley was also having car problems, which led to them giving him a loaner car because he needed a car for that night because he was going on an event with Tina at his job. So once he got the car that they gave him, it had problems going on with the car too. So he drove it on the bridge. When he drove it on this bridge, it just kind of fell apart. So he was standing by the bridge and looking by the water. So when he looked by the water, he thought he saw a guy down there. So he rushed down there and he ended up finding a mask. And he took this mask home with him to his apartment with his dog. So he had took it, and then once he put it on, it kind of took over him. It took over his body once he put the mask on, and he immediately started spinning around really, really fast. And then he said, "Smoking, time to party." So the mask was taking over him, and it turns him into a different person, more like a trouble person, like a troublemaker. That's what the mask kind of turning him into, like a troublemaker and things like that. With the mask, he was also able to shapeshift. He was able to speed and also turn into a living cartoonish abilities. He had super strength and speed and intelligence, and very doable. But the movie was based off a comic book from 1991, Dark Horse comic from Chuck Russell's. Someone I know actually brought a gun. It was considered to be collectible item from this movie, The Mask. It had never been shot before, so it's considered to be a collectible and gonna be soon worth a lot of money. I just thought I'd just share that with you guys. But if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie 5 stars. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing a movie review on the movie Die Hard by request. So I'm excited about doing this. This movie is an action thriller movie. It also was released July the 22nd, 1988. This movie was based off the novel Nothing Lasts Forever by Roger Thorpe. Okay, before I go into the summary of the movie, who this movie is starring, it will be in the description box since it's more than one person. So, this movie was basically about a guy named John, and he's a police officer. And in the beginning of the movie, he's on a plane, he's going to visit his wife. And he went to Los Angeles to a Christmas Eve party that she was having at her job. But while he was there to go visit her at her job, while he was there, his wife Holly, she looked surprised to kind of see him there to come to her Christmas party. But he was kind of like trying to talk, and they was trying to mend things together. Then all of a sudden, these terrorists just came and took over the building. She left him in the one of the places there, like it, because the building, it was like a skyscraper building. It has like over 30 floors to the building. So they took his wife, they held her hostage, and basically everybody that was at that party except for John, because the only reason why they didn't get him because he was changing. So good thing he was there because he's trained to be able to do all this stuff, but they was really after Holly's boss because it had something to do with them wanting to take over a skyscraper. But John, he would like kill the terrorists that they would send towards his way, and he was able to like take their guns and take the radio, and that's how he was able to alert the police to check the building and everything, to be able to check that building. And they did send a Sergeant Al out to check it, and he was just about to leave, but John knew he had to do something to be able to get his attention. So he had throw the body that he had killed down there, and then that hit the police officer car, and that caused a lot of commotion, and that's what caused them to be able to get back up from them. And then that's how they knew something was going on in that building. But good that they it was good that they had him there. If I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie 5 stars. It's a really good movie to check out. It's a lot of action in this movie, and I love action movies. I love science fiction movies, different movies like that. Now I will go into my opinion of the movie. My opinion of the movie is it is good that they had John there to be able to fight fire with fire, because if they didn't have him there, the terrorists would have been able to take over, and they would have been able to basically do whatever they want to do, harm innocent people, which a lot of times when terrorists come to hurt people, they hurt a lot of innocent people or people that don't have anything to do with it. So it is good, which they don't care anyway. So it's good that they had John was there to be able to save the day, was able to be able to do what he did for to help the people. So that's my opinion of it. I'm just glad that in that movie that he was there to be able to do what he did. So if you like to purchase this movie, you could go on Amazon to purchase. If you like to watch this movie, I think it's on Prime Video. I think it's available to rent, different things like that. But if you like to collect, you can always go to Amazon to collect. And that's all I have for now. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing the movie Strange Days. This movie is by request, so I'm excited about doing this movie. This movie is a sci-fi thriller movie. It also was released, it has 2 release dates. One they released at the New York Film Festival, October the 7th, 1995, but the premiere of the movie was released October the 13th, 1995. This movie took place in 1999, so it's as if the world is going crazy because it has not reached 2000 yet, but it's coming to that. So imagine people just doing crazy things. Like in the beginning of the movie, it had these guys and they was recording themselves. So they had robbed this restaurant, and they also had some kind of diss with them. So it was just like a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff taking place, and it's as if the world is coming to an end because it hasn't reached 2000 yet in the movie, but it's as if, so you can kind of understand where it's going and where Leonard come in at and Macy come in at in the movie. Okay, before I go into the summary of the movie, who this movie is starring, it will be in the description box since it's more than one person. But this movie, it deals with a person named Lenny. He is a former LAPD officer. He also is a dealer of illegal recordings, CDs that gives memories, and he buys recording from a supplier named Tick. So while Leonard was in the car, he placed this disc with his friend Macy one day. They was watching this disc, and this lady named Irish was brutally, the R word, and murdered. And so Leonard had found out. They also him and Macy escaped a bullet-resistant car. And then he also found out that he had got set up. It was revealed that he had got set up. They wanted to set him up for like a murder. So it was Max and Faith that planned to frame Leonard for murder. But he was able to, get through all that. And in the end, he had to end up taking out Max. In the end of the movie, Max had stabbed him in the movie. And he had to end up like cutting ties with him. And then him and Macy, they kind of, had a kiss in the end because they made it like to the 2000, but they made it to the 2000 without the world coming to an end. Because you know how like it was said that the world will come to an end in the 2000. So I want to give my opinion on the movie. I love science fiction movies, so I really enjoyed doing this movie, but it kind of puts you in the mind of people just going crazy in the world. Is because of them thinking that the world will come to an end, because it was said that the world will come to an end in the 2000s. But I know well enough to know that it says like in the Bible, nobody knows the day of the hour or when he returns, so you wouldn't know. But I do think with the 2000s, when the 2000s entered, that I believe that, this is just my opinion, that it became the last days. Once the 2000s came in, that's when it became the last days. So if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie 5 stars. That's just my opinion of the movie. I enjoyed the movie, so I would give it 5 stars. You could get this off Prime Video to like support this. Also, if you like to collect, you can go on Amazon. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing a request on the movie Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. This movie was released July the 16th, 1992, and this movie is a science fiction comedy family movie. Okay, before I go into the summary of the movie, who the movie is starring, it will be in the description box. Okay, the movie is about a guy named Wayne, and his wife name is Diane in the movie, and he also has a 14-year-old son by the name of Nick. He also has an 18-year-old daughter by the name of Amy, and she's preparing to go to college, and they also have a 2-year-old by the name of Adam in the movie. They moved to Las Vegas, Nevada in the movie, and people saw them as strange anyway. Wayne, he was a scientist, inventor in the movie, so they would be nosy about them anyway. The neighbors, they were really nosy about them, the way they had this thing set up in their house. the way the dog would come out and get their mail. He had it set up where the dog knew how to pull the thing and the mail would come right out, and the dog would take the mail to them. So the people thought their family was strange, and plus in the neighborhood, and plus they was really like no. So Wayne, one day he was very busy, but he wanted to spend time with his 14-year-old son Nick, but they got left alone with Adam because the daughter, she was getting ready to go to college, so they got left alone with Adam. So they had to end up taking Adam with them to the lab. So once they took him to this lab, they had like, it was like a industrial machine, a machine at his job that shrink away machine where it enlarged objects at his job. So what he did was, when they took the little boy, his son with them, the 2-year-old Adam with them, they practiced on his bunny, but they wasn't really watching him. So once they wasn't watching the son got up, of course, because that's his favorite bunny that they had. So he got up and went towards the his bunny. So they accidentally exposed him into an industrial sized growth machine, which caused the baby Adam to grow into like a giant. So keep in mind, Wayne, that day he wanted to spend time with his son Nick, so he had to call a babysitter by the name of Mandy to come watch the son, once they got back from the lab, because they had to take Adam with them. This is just a picture of Adam, how he grew, so you guys can just get an idea. He grew to be like 14 feet, and he was exposed to like an electrical wave, him and his bunny, so you can get an idea of how he grew. He grew so big, like a giant, so you guys can see. And this is Las Vegas. Once they got back to the house, he was growing and growing. Once they got back to the house, Mandy had came, the babysitter. So her and the dad, they was trying to, and also Nick, they was trying to get him under control, but they couldn't get him under control. So he was trying to get something back from the job to, shrink him back down to his normal size, but he couldn't. So he was just walking around terrorizing different things, picking up things, which he was a baby. Keep in mind, he didn't mean no harm with the things that he was doing, because he was just a 2-year-old. He was a giant, but he was just a 2-year-old. But he also had a manager at his job by one of his co-workers, Wayne, by the name of Charles, and he just wanted to get rid of the baby, like the 2-year-old, get him back down with whatever cost. He just didn't care, like even if they had to use like techniques to shoot him to harm the baby. So the mom came up with an idea so that she could protect her baby and everything like that. She came up with an idea for the husband to make her his size, and he did. He ended up making the mom the baby size, and then she ended up, protecting her baby. And then they end up getting them back together so that he could shrink the baby back down and his wife back down to the normal size. So if I had to rate this movie, I'll give this movie 4 stars. It's different places where you could support this movie. You could try Disney to watch this movie, to buy this movie, collect this movie. You can go on Amazon. You also could try Prime Video to support this movie. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. And also, if you have like a comment or anything like that, you can all requests or anything, you can always go to the community post. Go to the community post and put your requests over there, like weekly or every so often. I will go and I will leave like a flower, and you guys could just put everything or any requests or anything that you need over there, and then I will answer over there. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing this request on the movie Pacific Heights. This movie was released September the 28th, 1990, and it's also a psychological thriller drama movie. Okay, before I go into the movie, the summary of the movie, who this movie is starring, it will be in the description box since it's more than one person. So when this movie first comes on, it's about this guy named Carter Hayes. Him and his lady, they was in the bed like making out and different things like that. Then someone just bust into their house. When they bust into the house, they beat up Carter Hayes really bad. His lady, she was trying to stop them, but it was like more than one person, so she couldn't stop them. They knocked her down. On the other hand, another couple by the name of Drake and Patty, they have like this realtor lady. This realtor lady, she's showing them around this house, and this house was big enough for them to rent out rooms, so they went with it because they saw it as like an investment. So they end up celebrating because they got this property. So they started taking applications, and some of the people that they were looking at applications seemed like nice people, but the whole time Carter Hayes, he was inside of his car and he was watching them, and he had information about the house. So he was just stalking them like the whole time. So the tenants, they started moving in. They was charging like $1,300 a month and $2,000 for the security deposit. And like I said, they were nice people that they, that was coming to move in. Some of them were like elderly people. But one day, Carter Hayes, he decided to stop by and act like he wanted to look at one of the rooms. But really, I feel like Drake gave him too much information because he was just like testing him out to see what he would say. And he told him like Patty was, that Patty wasn't his wife, but that was what Carter was looking for, like to pump him with information to know that. So Carter Hayes asked Drake, when can I move in the apartment? And then he was telling him that I have half of the money now and then the rest I will wire to your account. And that never happened. And he went there and it never happened. He kind of moved himself in, and he even had like people at their house staying there, a person staying there. And then a lot of things was happening because a lot of things that needed to be worked on around the apartment, like different tenants, things was going on, that things that needed to be fixed. And then he was causing problems, Carter Hayes, because like he was doing a lot of beating, like a hammer. A lot of the tenants were saying they was hearing, so he had went up there, Drake did, and then he never came. And then the people were saying he never put the money, wired the money to his account. And the police, they had got called. And once they had got called, they was telling, because he wanted him to be out of the apartment, and they was telling him he couldn't, by law, he couldn't do that because it's like a process. Once he's in, because he changed the locks, and they weren't able like to go in there because of the locks that he changed. They weren't able to even get into the so he was causing them a lot of problems, Drake and Patty, a lot of problems. And plus Patty, she was expecting a child, so she was, pregnant. So she didn't really need all the stress because it was going to cause them to go, because they needed his money so that way they can be able to keep up the property. So they had to do a lot of different research on him to find out who he really was. And in the end of the movie, they end up getting rid of Carter Hayes. At the end of the movie, he end up falling back on the sharp object. Okay, I will give my opinion before I rate the movie. My opinion is quite simple. I feel like Drake and Patty, they should have just kept it like they said they wanted it. He shouldn't cut him no slack at all, Drake. And okay, if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie 3 stars. It's a really good movie. You can check this movie out on Prime Video. Also, you can go on Amazon to collect, different places like that to support this movie. Have a good day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing this request on Donna Summer. As you know, she's an American singer, songwriter. She's also known as the Queen of Disco. Her music is disco, dance, pop, and R&B. She sold over 230 million records worldwide. Donna Adrian Gaines is one of the world's best-selling artists of all times. She also won a total of 5 Grammys, and she was nominated 18 times for a Grammy, and she won 5. She also won American Music Award, a total of 6, and she was nominated 12 times. She also won an AACP Image Award. She also won a Golden Globe Award, and she played in movies like Thank God It's Friday. She also did appearance on Family Matters as Steve Auntie for like a special guest. Okay, now that I gave you a little information about Donna Summers, I picked 11 songs, and the 11 songs that I picked, the first song that I picked was She Works Hard for the Money. The second song, Hot Stuff. The third song, Last Dance. The fourth song, On the Radio. The fifth song, Stop, Look, and Listen. The sixth song, Spring Affair. The seventh song, Love to Love You Baby. The eighth song, Once Upon a Time. The ninth song, People, People. The 10th song, Bad Girls. The 11th song, Summer Fever. So those were the 11 songs that I picked from her. You can get her music off Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, different places like that to support her. And if you like to collect her music, you could go on Amazon. And if I had to rate her music, with 5 being the most, I would give her music 5 stars. Here's some other things that you can get from Donna Summers. It's a book that is on Amazon. If you like to support her, this is on Amazon. This is just some collectible items that you can get. This is one t-shirt from a tour that she did in 1981. Another t-shirt to support her legacy. It's another t-shirt from her. And this is also another t-shirt. And you guys can also go on eBay and look for some collectible items just to support her legacy. It's on eBay too, and that's a way to support her legacy. And this is just a picture of her with the book that I showed a little earlier, and also the CD to go with it. If you like to collect items, this is a way to do it too, to collect. So you can also get both of these on Amazon to collect. That's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed the music review on Donna Summer. That's all I have. If you have any requests, you can just go over to the community post and leave your request there, and I will get them and do them as soon as I can. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing a music review on Madonna. This is by request. As you know, Madonna is an American singer, actress, songwriter, also recording producer. Her music is pop electric dance, and she's also known as the Queen of Pop. She sold over 400 million records worldwide. Also, she sold 87 million records in the United States alone. And for her single True Blue, she sold 25 million copies for that. And Like a Virgin, she sold 22 million copies worldwide. She also won 7 Grammy Awards. Also, she won an Oscar for the song You Must Love Me. She won MTV Awards, Golden Globe, People's Choice, MTV Europe Award. Madonna also played in different movies. I actually did a review on this movie, Body Evidence, but she also played in Who's That Girl, Dick Tracy, just to name a few, because she played in a lot of other movies. Okay, now that I gave you a little information about Madonna, I will go ahead on and rate her songs 1 through 10. The first song that I picked was Material Girl. The second song, True Blue. The third song, Take a Bow. The fourth song, Like a Virgin. The fifth song, Borderline. The sixth song, Little Star. The seventh song, Who's That Girl? The eighth song, Vogue. The ninth song, Into the Groove. The 10th song, Angel. So those were my top 10 that I just picked from her music. You can get her music off Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, and Pandora to support her. And if I had to rate her music, I would give her music 5 stars. I also would like to add in that I would like to add another song, so it will be the top 11 because she has so many hits. And this song that in particular that I like of her, and she also won an Oscar for it, and it's called You Must Love Me. So that would be number 11, my first top 10 with the number 11. So presently, Madonna, she's working on new music that is expected to come out in 2026. And she also spends times with her childrens and different things like that. And she also is doing something, working on something with the album Confessions of the Dance Floor in London. Here's another movie that she played in, Girl 6, a Spike Lee joint. Also, Dick Tracy is some of the other movies that she played in. And you also can go on her website and buy like different t-shirts and different things like that if you like to support her. And that's all I have for now. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing a music review on Bruce Springsteen, and this is by request, so I'm excited about doing this review on him. As you know, he's an American singer, songwriter, also guitarist and a musician. His nickname is The Boss. His music is rock, heartland rock, pop rock. He sold over 140 million records worldwide. He also grossed over 2.3 billion in touring alone, and he won 20 Grammy Awards, also 2 Golden Globe Awards, a special Tony Award, and he's also inducted into the Songwriter Hall of Fame. And he also was ranked number 23 for the 100 greatest artists of all time. Okay, now that I gave you a little information about Bruce Springsteen, I will go over his songs, review his songs 1 through 11. And the first song that I picked was Born in the USA. The second song, Glory Days. The third song, Secret Garden. The fourth song, Pink Cadillac. The fifth song, No Surrender. The sixth song, Spirit in the Night. The seventh song, I'll See You in My Dreams. The eighth song, Born to Run. The ninth song, Atlantic City. The 10th song, My Hometown. The 11th song, Brilliant Disguise. And if I had to rate his music with 5 being the most stars, I would give his music 5 stars. And you also can get his music off Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music, different places like that to support his music. Right now, he's on tour with the E Street Band. He released a new film, Making of Nebraska, the title, Deliver Me from Nowhere. He also hosts a radio show weekly, and he's also on Instagram. So make sure you guys go out and support the tour that he's on now. Also, this is like a t-shirt that you guys can get of him. This is one t-shirt. This is another t-shirt. This is another t-shirt that you guys can get to support him. You can check on Amazon to support with the t-shirts. And some people have some things on eBay too that you could check out of his different collectible items on him. like to support him. This is just some more collectible items that you can get to support him, different things where you could support him at. And this is all I have for now. Be sure to support him. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. And today I will be doing my dressing and different dishes for Thanksgiving because someone requested for me to do like my Thanksgiving dinner. So I'll just go through all of my dishes and I will just show you kind of with clips, step by step, some of the things that I did for each dish. And I will start with the dressing, so just stay tuned for that. Okay, first I baked my cornbread and I waited till it cooled down, and after it cooled down, I crumbled it together. As you can see on this picture, I crumbled the cornbread after I made it and after it cooled off. Then I cut up my onions and bell peppers, as you can see in this picture. And then the next clip, I'm just gonna show me live with it cooking so you can see it live. So this is the onions and bell peppers that are cooking for my dressing that I'm making. So you want to cut up the onions and the bell peppers. In this next picture right here, it's just me with boiling the celery and the onions together along with the chicken, and I season it down. So this is just a picture of that process of that. This is like separate. It's chicken inside here too. So I boil the chicken, the celery, the onions in this pot with the water. And I'm also gonna do a gravy later. I will put it in so you guys can see, but I'm just showing you guys step by step of what I did to make the dressing. Okay, here is the dressing. This is just what I mixed all together, the cream of chicken, the onions and the bell peppers and celery and some chicken. And this is just, I'm just showing you guys, this is like the process of everything. And I'm gonna mix this all together, well together. So I'm just showing you guys this. And here's just a picture of everything mixed together so you guys can see like everything. This is just everything. I just mixed it all together. Okay, this is just the finishing touches of the dressing. I just want you guys to see how it looks. After everything, I just baked it and this is how it looks. Okay, you guys, this is just my greens cooking. So you just see the greens cooking. Okay, here is my ham. I always cut it up and boil it. And I have like brown sugar on it. So this is the ham. Okay, this is just the macaroni and cheese before I put it in the oven. And then I will show you guys when I get finished the rest. This is just the mac and cheese, okay? Okay, here is the macaroni and cheese. And I just took it out of the oven so you guys can see it. All right. And this is just a picture of the turkey. Okay, here's a picture of my potato salad. I didn't go live with this one, but this is the potato salad. Okay, you guys, this is just my omelet cake that is in the pan, and then I will show you guys the rest once I get finished with it. I'm gonna use cream cheese icing and pecans, and I will show you guys when I get finished. You guys, this is a picture of the carrot cake that I made. So I just want you guys to see the carrot cake. Hey, you guys, this is the other cake that I made. It was an omelet cake. So, and I made it with cream cheese and the nuts. And I also used cream cheese on the other cake, on the carrot cake with the nuts too. So So that was my Thanksgiving dinner that I prepared for you guys to see. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing a music review on Alicia Keys, and this is by request, so I'm excited about doing this music review on Alicia Keys. As you know, she is an American singer, songwriter, pianist, author, actress. Her music is R&B, pop, hip hop, and soul. She sold over 90 million records worldwide, including 17 Grammy Awards, also 17 Image Awards, and NAACP Awards. She also was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and she also played in movies like The Secret Life of Bees, The Nanny Diaries, and Smoking Aces. She also has an organization called Keep a Child Alive. Okay, now that I gave you a little information about Alicia Keys, I will go over her songs 1 through 11. So the first song that I picked was You Don't Know My Name. The second song, Falling. The third song, If I Ain't Got You. The fourth song, A Woman's Worth. The fifth song, Diary. The sixth song, No One. The seventh song, Girl on Fire. The eighth song, Comma. The ninth song, Unbreakable. The 10th song, My Boo. The 11th song, The Empire State of Mind. And those were just 1 through 11 that I picked. If I had to rate her music, I would give her music, with 5 being the most stars, I would give her music 5 stars. And you could get her music off Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, different places like that to support her. And if you like to collect her music, you can go on Amazon to collect it. And what she has going on presently, she's working on an ongoing North American tour, her Broadway musical Hell's Kitchen, and she also has other things, skincare, and also a Dean collection. And this is what the Soul Care looks like, the Keys Soul Care. So if you're in the store to get skincare, different things, this is some of the products right here that you can look for. This is what it looks like. This is the glam room with the lipstick and different things like that. So you guys can check out and support this too. And this is, you can go on Amazon and punch it in to support this collection from her. And this is just some other things that you can buy from her, from the Soul Care. So that's all I have basically for now. If you want to know what she's doing now, is I said it earlier. So, and this is some of the things you could just type it in, search, and you can order this to support her. They can go on, I think they have it on Prime. I know it's on Amazon. Just type everything in to support her. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Hello, welcome back to my channel, the Sunflower Review Friday channel. Today I'm excited about doing this request on the movie Sweet November. This movie was released February the 12th, 2001, and this movie is also a romance comedy movie. Okay, before I go into the summary of this movie, who this movie is starring, it will be in the description box. So this movie was about this guy named Nelson, and he works as an advertising executive at his job. So he's always showing them different things they should try, like different things that he want them to look into. You know, he presented to his job. So he's like a businessman, and he always stay working. But one day he ended up going to the DMV for to get licensed, and that's when he met Sarah. Sarah, she comes in with 2 bags of groceries in her hand, Sarah ended up dropping her groceries, and then that's when she met him. That's when she met Nelson in the classroom. But the teacher, he was telling them like they couldn't make any noise, so he started talking with her. He helped her a little bit with something that rolled over there by him, but they couldn't really talk. So it caused the teacher to